Hey bitches, what is up? It is Nicole and welcome back to my motherfucking channel. Alrighty, a lot of you are probably like, you have pink hair. Yes, I do have pink hair. If you guys have seen my Instagram or my Snapchat, then you guys already know that I dyed my hair pink. My friend Anne dared me to. I didn't. And this isn't the particular color that I wanted to do it. I mean, I like it. I actually really do like it a lot. It's a really cute color. I'm gonna dye it a different color after this fades out, so leave in the comments below what other color I should do to my hair, because I will take your request to get my nails done if you guys do not see them. They're lilac purple, which is really, really pretty. So for this video, it's been a while since I've sat down and made a video. I've been like making vlogs, if you guys have already seen, pretty much, so I've been posting those and stuff, so I'm back to be sitting down and making a video for you guys. So I'm gonna be telling you guys story time, because I love story times and I'm pretty sure you like them too. So this story time is going to be about a boy. This story time is going to be about my very first date. I've had a boyfriend before, but I've never been on a date. Like, nobody's asked me on a date before. Like, oh, you want to go out and get food? Or like, do you want to like go on a date with me and everything like that. So I've never been asked out, even when I did have a boyfriend. But that's another whole story time about him. I used to live with my aunt and uncle. You guys know my old room. You already know my old videos that I used to make in there. I moved into my brother's house. I don't live over there anymore. This is when I lived over there. So this actually is a recent story time. It's actually not that long ago. It was probably like a couple months ago. It was last year, probably. It was last October. So this happened last October. I was 17 and I was about to turn 18. So by my house, a dollar store opened up. So it was a brand new dollar store, and it was really good for me and my aunt. Me and my aunt always go to the dollar store, like all of the time. And the dollar store that we did go to was like farther from where we lived. So where I live now is, I live closer to the dollar store we usually went to. So we would always go to that one, but it would always be so far, so we never would go all the time. We would go like here and there because it was so far. When that one opened up, we were excited, so me and my aunt would always go there. I lived in the dollar store. The dollar store was my home. It was my home. So I would usually probably go there like every weekend. I would always go there every Friday, every single Friday. I would always go every single Friday. I went there this one time, and this is, I remember this. It was the day that I dyed my hair. I was dyeing my ends purple. I walked in there that day when I was with Madison, and me and her, we were getting gloves because she was going to do my hair. This was the first ever interaction I ever had with this guy, like ever talked to. He worked at Dollar Tree, he was a cashier and everything like that. Now let's call him, let's give him a name. Let's call him Dylan. I don't know, we're going to call him Dylan. Me and Madison walk up in the thing, and we're just all laughing and everything like that. Talking to me, he's talking to her, and just saying some stupid shit, so whatever. I didn't think about it at all. I didn't really think about Dylan at all. So we went home, and then probably a week later, I went back there. Go there probably every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I always wanted something from the dollar store. I wanted good candy, I would just go there and get it. So I would just go there all the time, pretty much. I was always there on the weekends. And before I like get any more into the story, I want you guys to let you know that I did not like have a thing for Dylan. I didn't like him like that. I wasn't thinking of like, oh, maybe we could be together and shit like this. And I was like, no, I wasn't thinking of Dylan in any other type of way, like anything like romantically or anything. Not gonna fucking lie, he was attractive as hell. Dylan was tall and very pretty. Like, he was not ugly, that's for sure. I'd go to the store, and then I'd get in line, and Dylan would be like, oh, like, Nicole's back again. I'd be like, oh yeah, like, you miss me? He was just like, yes, I did. You make my day better. And I was like, oh, thanks. Like, we would be sarcastic bitches to each other, pretty much. So I would usually go in there with, like, no makeup on. Like, I didn't try. I mean, I wasn't into him. I wasn't, like, trying to, like, get with him or anything like that. Like, I wasn't trying to do shit. I put on a hoodie. I was wearing my Michigan State hoodie. I get the stuff, and I am in line. Guess who's there? Dylan is there. So Dylan's there, and he was just like, oh, look, it's Nicole. You make my day better. And I was just like, oh, thanks. I remember when he said this. Oh, I think you knew I was here. I think you're stalking me. And I was just like, oh, you think I'm stalking you? And he was just like, yeah, I do. And then I said, oh, no, I think you're stalking me. He was just like, oh, really? And then this is what I said after that pretty much started everything. I was joking. I was not being for real. I was just friendly banter. That's what we were doing. At least take me out to dinner first. That's what I said to him. That's what I fucking said. And that's where it all fucking started. So he flips the receipt over and he writes his number on the back of it. And he was just like, well, if you ever want to take up that date. It was so fucking weird. And then I started thinking about it, and I was just like, I mean, why the fuck not? Let's go on a date. I don't mind. Like, why not? Like, I've never been on a date before. Like, cool. Like, he seems like a cool guy. Let's go. Like, that happens. But the funny thing about that part is, so I was in line, right? And then there was this old lady behind me, and she heard all of this. She heard him ask me out. She heard him say all this shit. And I was like, I didn't think he was gonna do that in front of the lady. I had no idea. I was like, fuck. And so I went outside. I was walking to my car, and then I remembered that I forgot some stuff. I forgot laundry detergent and some other, I think it was soap. Yeah, I forgot laundry detergent and soap, so I was like, fuck, I have to go back inside. And if you guys have never been to a Dollar Tree or like the ones in Michigan, there's usually probably one person, not two, not three, one, at the cash register, like, taking people in. So I had to go through his line again, back inside, and the old lady was walking out, and she was like, ooh, you got a date tonight? And I was just like, I'm just as surprised as you are. So I go back in line, and he sees me, and I'm just like, I forgot some stuff. And he was just like, I was just like, so how long have you been waiting to pull that one? He was just like, well, I've been waiting for you to do it. Allowed to, like, harass or provoke the customers, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I was just like, I don't think he knows that I never was trying to hit on him or anything like that. Like, if, hey Dylan, if you're watching this, like, hey bitch, what's up? Like, yeah, like, I didn't even, like, think of you in that way. So I was like, but, like, about a week, and I was just like, okay, I'm oblivious when it comes, if you like me, you have to, like, tell me or some shit like that, because I won't know. I will not know. Nope. No. I can tell if somebody likes somebody else, but I can't tell if somebody likes me. It's like, it's kind of like an impossible challenge. That day, and that night we actually go on a date. So the day that he asked me out, the night we go on that. He got off at like 5, I think. Yeah, they said I got off at 5, so I don't fucking remember for sure. I text him, and you would just want to, like, hang out, and I was just thinking, that's not a date. Like, what the fuck? Like, a date, you, like, go out to eat, or like you go to laser tag or bowling or some fucking shit like that. You let you guys in on a little secret. I had no idea. Like, all I knew about this guy was his name. Only his name. I didn't know his age. I didn't know what school he go to. I didn't even know how old he was, or like shit like that. He could have been a serial killer, and I had no idea. So no, I'm not gonna hang out with you or anything like that. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Like, bitch, what? Like, I make sure, like, I have a game plan and everything like that. Like, I'm not, like, a girl that would fall for that shit. Like, oh, do you want to just go get food? And he was just like, yeah. And I was just like, he was like, where do you want to go? And I was like, do you want to go to Red Robin? And I asked him where he lived, and he actually lived close near me. He literally lived probably, like, 2 miles from me, so he didn't even live that far. And so he was just like, yeah, sure. And at this time, I didn't have a phone. I had an iPod. So I used Wi-Fi. So I go to Red Robin, I'm sitting in there, I'm literally waiting for him, and so the Wi-Fi there wasn't working, and so I couldn't, like, call him, I couldn't text him or anything like that, and so I was just like, okay, he'll just come in like a normal fucking human being would. Like, oh, she's not answering my text, oh, she's not answering my calls, maybe she can't, like, receive my messages, maybe she's already inside waiting for me, but no. I waited for 15 minutes for him. I was like, where the fuck is this bitch at? Like, where is he at? Like, did he just stood me up? I would be so fucking pissed. Like, the people that were standing in front of Red Robin, like, the people that were standing, like, to see people, they saw how, like, fucking, like, they saw me. Like, I felt like I was being stood up, and I would have roasted his ass if I did get stood up, because that was embarrassing as hell. Like, they saw me sit there for 15 fucking minutes waiting for him. And so I was sitting there, and I saw his car drive around, and I was like, what? I drove there myself, because I don't know him, so I'm not going to get in a car with him. No. Like, I know you're like, he asked to pick me up, but I was like, no. I see him walk through the door, and then he was just going like, you didn't text me, and I was just like, I didn't have Wi-Fi, I couldn't have texted you. And he was just like, oh, like, I was about to leave, and I was just thinking in my head, I was just like, you didn't think to come in at all? He was like, oh, she's not responding, she's not answering my calls, I should just leave. Maybe I'm in the restaurant, maybe you should come inside, like, normal human beings used to. Like, when there wasn't phones or anything like that, they would come inside and look for their date. Like, there's something you may have never thought of. Like, what the fuck? Oh, she's not there, she's not answering me. No, maybe my phone's not working. Fuck, I didn't even have a phone. iPod's not working. The Wi-Fi is shit here. And maybe I'm sitting in the fucking window. The big ass window that you could probably see fucking everybody in the restaurant through. Like, this thing that comes out of his mouth, he was just like, dude, I was like sitting in my car hoping you weren't 17. He was just like, you're 17, aren't you? And I was just like, yeah. I turned 18 in 2 weeks, though. I remember it because, like, it was, like, 2 weeks before my birthday. Because, like, you count down your birthday so you remember what day. And he was just, and I was just like, is that a problem? And then he was just like, it's acceptable. And I was just like, what the fuck does that mean, bitch? Like, what? That whole time I was on that date, I did not feel a thing. I was completely like, okay, like, not gonna lie, I did want to leave. It's not like, okay, I'm not trying to be bitch, I'm not trying to be rude, it's just like, I didn't feel anything with him. Like, I wasn't excited to be there. I wasn't happy to be with him. Okay, that sounded like bitchy, but no, I wasn't like happy to be with him. I wasn't like nervous. I wasn't scared of what he thought of me or anything like that. Like, if you go on a date, like, you know you like them when you're like terrified of what's gonna happen. Like, you don't want it to go wrong. And so, like, I didn't feel anything, to tell you the honest truth, and I was just like, well, okay, Nicole, well, you've only met him once. This is, like, your first time actually getting to know this bitch, so, like, come on, like, chill, like, go through the date. So I go on with the date, and the date comes to an end. I'm a girl who always plans on paying. Like, if you want to pay half and half, I'll do that. But, like, if he wants to pay and everything like that, like, that's good, that's Gucci and shit. Like, they brought our check, like, I never told them that it was separate, so they brought it together, and I only had a card, so just like, I'll get it. And I was like, no, are you sure? And I was just like, I don't like when guys pay for me. Like, I don't want to be that bitch. Like, if a guy has ever told, like, if any guy I ever went on a date with ever told you, like, oh yeah, like, she, like, made me pay, fuck you, you're a liar. No, I did not. I go half and half if we ever go on a date or something like that. Or, like, if you want to pay for it, then, like, you can, but, like, I'm gonna feel like shit after, because it's just, like, you, like, girls, like, it's just something we feel bad about. Like, just get that through your brain. And he walks me to my car. And to tell you the honest truth, I really wasn't vibing with him. So I wasn't like, nah, I don't want to give him, like, thinking, like, oh, like, I love you now. Like, no. I didn't want to give him that satisfaction. Like, oh, my God, the date was so good that he get a kiss. No. So I gave him a hug. I go home, and I walk inside, and my aunt and uncle, my Uncle Doug and my aunt, were sitting there, and they were like, how's the date? And I was just like, I mean, it was okay. I just didn't really feel anything with him. Like, I don't really feel anything. And my aunt was just like, you know what? You just met him. You barely know him. So, like you guys can hang out or, like, get to know each other more and, like, go on more dates if you want to. Like, you don't have to run into anything. My aunt was really cool about that. That's why I like her a lot. And my uncle was just like, oh, babies, I'm, like, pregnant. It's just like, Doug, I'm still a fucking virgin. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'll let you guys know. So it's the next day, and I worked that day. I literally had school, and after school, I had to go straight to work. So I told him, like, he knew that I worked and I had school that day, so, like, he knew that I couldn't text. So I didn't text him at all that day. So the next day, I'm pretty sure it's a Wednesday. Yes, it's a Wednesday. Text him. I said, hey. So I did, and so he didn't text me back that day. And then Thursday comes around. I still didn't get a text from him. And I was very confused, and I was kind of annoyed. And then Friday comes. Didn't get a text from him. And this is the point where I was pissed off. Like, I was very angry. And I know you're just like, oh, you didn't even like him. Like, it doesn't even matter. Not that. It's just, like, if you didn't want to be, or, like, you didn't think it was, like, going good or anything, like, why didn't you just say, like, oh, like, I didn't feel anything, like, whatever, like, this and that shit. It's just, like, why don't you just say, like, oh, like, text me, like, just don't leave me hanging. Because the funny thing is that he worked at a Dollar Tree that I went to all the time. And, like, what were we gonna do when I saw you? Were we gonna be, like, BFFs after that? Like, oh, like, hey, Nicole, like, what's up? Like, Like, no, bitch. We went on a date and you fucking never text me back. Like, no, we ain't gonna be BFFs. Like, I don't know what he thought, like, would have happened. But my aunt gave me a list, and she's like, can you go eat this? And I was just like, I really don't want to. She's like, Nicole, just, like, talk to him. Like, get it over with. Like, if he is a dick, like, just go talk to him and figure it out. And I was just like, fine. I literally got so fucking, like, annoyed because I saw him there, and I just wanted to punch him in the face. So I literally was debating on literally leaving and going to the dollar store that was far away, but I was just like, no, just get the shit and get out and just, He saw me, and I gave him the nastiest fucking look ever. And he was just like, I'm having the worst day at work today, and I was just like, oh, that sucks. Like, so is there a reason why you didn't text me back? And he was just like, kinda, and I was just like, okay, I don't know what the fuck that means, but alright. So he was just like, do you want to know why? And I was just, you can text me back later? Then yeah, I would like to know. And so I left, and I was pissed, and I was annoyed. And so he didn't even text me that night. He didn't even text me at all. And I was just like, what a piece of shit. So I texted him. Just going like, I don't hate you or anything, but like, if you didn't want to like, if you, like, didn't like the date or, like, didn't like me, like, or anything, like, you can't just leave me hanging or some shit like that. You gotta, like, you can't just ignore me, like, it's just gonna go away. Like, I was gonna see you again, so I don't know what you would think would happen. I said that, and he was just like, I'm sorry, I think I deserve a fucking explanation. And he gave me one. Okay, so I met someone else. Fuck you, Dylan. Okay, like, and then I texted him back. I was just like, to tell you the honest truth, I didn't really feel anything or anything like that, but I wasn't just gonna drop you or anything like that. But if you did meet somebody else, you could just tell me. I'm not gonna be like heartbroken about it or anything like that. We literally went on one date, and you're acting like we just like got engaged, and you just found out like you're cheating on me. Like, no, bitch, like, I don't care. And so I truly did not give a shit, to tell you the honest truth. Like, I was just kind of like, oh, like a gateway for me to get out of this. Because I was just like, I wasn't feeling him, but I was going to give him another chance. But I feel like I wouldn't still feel him, if you get what I mean. You can't just ignore me and, like, make things go away. Like, that doesn't work. You got to talk to me. It's called communication, and it doesn't work if you don't do it. You wouldn't like that if I did that to you. And he was just like, no, I wouldn't have liked that. Just like, yeah, bitch, eat it, bitch, eat it, eat how you made me feel. Hello, Dylan. Hope that the person you met, someone else, is, still going good. Yeah, that is pretty much the story time of my very first date. It sucked. Yeah, I hope you guys like this and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos every single week, pretty much every single Thursday. I'll usually, if it's done and like edited and posted and music is add on to it, I'll usually post it Wednesday. But I post every single Thursday, and I hope you guys like this video, and I will see all y'all beautiful faces in the next video.